How would you characterize the relationship between DevOps and security?
I think DevOps and security in companies that have grown up in DevOps is probably very tight. In more traditional enterprises that are trying to move to DevOps, I think they're still in the getting to know you phase, where security is trying to get to know how DevOps works, the methods, the organizational processes, and tooling, and security is struggling to keep up.
Do you see that model maturing?
Absolutely. As companies move further and further down the organizational, methodological, and technological transformation, you start to see different groups of people working together earlier in processes for building applications, building out tooling, building out cloud infrastructure, making IT changes that are interdisciplinary teams that have lots of stakeholders. So you have compliance people, security people, developers, systems engineers, all sitting around the table, starting to move these projects forward.
How can security and compliance be addressed without slowing down development?
Getting all of the stakeholders who are going to be involved in a particular project to the table early on is extremely important. You don't want to have missed a requirement, for example, for some mundane traditional security or compliance audit like inventory management. You don't want to have missed that by the time you deploy it and have to go back and retrofit. So it's important to bring those people to the table really early.
So preparation is a key.
Preparation, requirements gathering, getting to know how to translate new methodologies against old standard audit and controls and compliance requirements.
Is there a tendency for security to be considered like a one and done sort of situation versus an ongoing process?
Absolutely. As security is integrated, particularly when it's integrated late into various types of new IT initiatives, it's often maintained with a break-fix mentality. So it's patched in to satisfy the requirement, yet it's not actually something that's monitored, audited, evolved, maintained, developed further. And so, you don't want to look at security as through the lens of a snapshot. You really want to think about it as an ongoing process that you're kind of continuously delivering against for the IT initiative you're working on.
How do you see DevOps and security evolving then in the next few years?
I think it's a really exciting time for both DevOps and security. Security is top of mind for everyone. DevOps is increasingly demonstrating the business value it can bring to different kinds of companies and organizations. And so those two things together make sort of a perfect storm of really being able to demonstrate both value to a business from a risk perspective and value to the business from a delivery or cost reduction or faster time to market perspective. So this is a great time to begin to bring everybody into the fold and start to move forward in unison.
What people or projects are you currently following?
Gene Kim's Audit Defense Toolkit I think is fantastic. Shannon Leitz's work at Intuit is really important. I mean, she's been an amazing force in describing how she's automated against very stringent requirements for security. Also, I think just maintaining and keeping up to date on various frameworks that are coming out in the cloud security or IoT security space is really important, because I think right now the rules are being written. They may or may not have incorporated yet the automated and process-driven concepts of DevOps, and I think now's the time to speak up and start to drive those beneficial processes into the essentially legislation and regulatory requirements.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.